Sometimes I wonder if we ever really stop long enough to listen to what our bodies are trying to tell us. Because for most of my adult life, I didn't do that. I thought that healing meant managing, so tweaking routines, stacking supplement, checking off the to-do lists, doing all of the right things. And yet I still woke up with that same sense of heaviness, that fog that sits somewhere between your chest and your brain. I was existing, but I wasn't functioning, not really. And I know that I'm not the only person that lives like that. There's that constant push to fix everything when the truth is that your body isn't even hearing what you're asking for it to do. You're pouring in all the right things, but the system that's supposed to process it is stuck. And that's where my entire perspective shifted. When I started learning about how the nervous system actually controls everything, focus, digestion, sleep, emotional regulation, it all runs through the same network. And when that system's dysregulated, nothing that you take, eat, or try is going to land because your body isn't communicating clearly. And that realization changed so many things for me. And it's what eventually led me to wearable sensory technology as a literal bridge between what we know about healing and what our bodies can actually respond to. Every thought, every emotion, every bit of focus you have starts as a physical signal somewhere in your body. You have over 1.5 million sensory nerve endings in every square inch of your skin. And that's your body's communication system. It's constantly sending data to the brain about pressure, vibration, and balance. Now, there's a reason touch changes how we feel. It's literally biology. Research that was published in Frontiers in Human Neuroscience showed that the specific patterns of tactile stimulation, meaning how your skin perceives vibration or texture, it can directly influence the prefrontal cortex, which regulates mood and attention. And another meta-analysis from Sensors Journal in 2024 found that sensory-based wearable technologies can measurably change how the brain manages stress. Participants showed up to an 18% reduction in physiological stress markers after just 1 week of consistent use. And that's the science that got me interested, because it finally explained why so many of us can't think our way into healing. Our bodies need physical communication. Wearable technology has evolved way past fitness trackers. This new wave, it's not about counting steps or tracking sleep. It's about feedback loops, real-time communication between your body and your brain. The version of that I use personally is called vibrotactile neurostimulation. So basically sending micro-pattern frequencies through the skin that interact with sensory nerves. Those signals travel through your spinal cord and into your brainstem, then influencing the areas that regulate attention, mood, stress response. That might sound a little futuristic, but it's not new. Neurostimulation has been used for decades in therapy for balance, sensory integration, and attention rehabilitation. The difference is that now it's available in non-invasive wearable formats that don't use electricity or chemicals, just patterned information that your body can interpret. That's where Super Patch comes in. Each patch has a unique pattern designed to target specific neurological pathways. When the pattern touches your skin, your nervous system reads it, just like it reads any other sensory input. It doesn't add anything to your body. It doesn't deliver ingredients, it communicates. The 3 I wear are focus, peace, and joy. I put them on every morning. Focus supports cognitive clarity. Peace calms my stress response. Joy stabilizes my mood. Together, they work through the sensory system, not by suppressing symptoms, but by helping my body stay in a regulated state for longer. There's no spike, no crash, no dependency, just steady regulation. I didn't notice a dramatic shift at first. It wasn't like flipping a switch. It was more like my body exhaled for the first time in years. The tension I used to carry in my shoulders started to ease. My thoughts stopped spiraling as easy. The fatigue that felt like it lived in my bones, that began to lift. And what's wild is that none of that required me to change my routines or force a mindset. It was just my body responding differently because it was finally receiving clear input. If I don't put them on in the morning, I notice. I'm more reactive, more foggy, a lot less patient. My threshold for stress shortens significantly. It's like my system forgets what calm feels like, and the patches remind it. And that's what regulation is. It's not perfection or constant peace. It's your body remembering how to move through states without getting stuck in one. Now, if you look at the research behind this, it's fascinating. A 2023 IEEE Transactions on Effective Computing study found that tactile stimulation can directly reduce physiological stress indicators like heart rate variability and galvanic skin response. Two of the biggest markers of how your nervous system manages stress. Other studies show that consistent vibrotactile stimulation can increase reaction time, improve focus, accuracy, and stabilize emotional response, all by communicating through the body's sensory network. And this isn't just hypothetical science, it's being used in cognitive rehabilitation, autism therapy, PTSD treatment, and even athletic recovery. Our bodies respond to touch. They respond to pattern. They respond to information. It's not energy work. It's physics and neurobiology doing what it's built to do. Here's the part that changed how I approach wellness altogether. Healing isn't always about doing more. Sometimes it's about doing the same things, but in a body that's actually capable of receiving them. If your nervous system is dysregulated, it doesn't matter how many supplements you take or how much you meditate. Your body cannot absorb, process, or integrate what doesn't feel safe receiving. That's why this technology has become part of my foundation, because it helps everything else work better. My sleep's improved, my recovery time shortened, my emotional baseline has leveled out. And most importantly, I can feel when I'm slipping out of regulation, and I can bring myself back faster. And that's the part that's changed my life the most. It's not that the stress has disappeared completely. It's that my body stopped staying trapped in it. I think we're standing at this new intersection of science and self-awareness, where the tools we used to heal are finally starting to align with how the body actually functions. We're learning that healing isn't something we force. It's something that we need to support. And sometimes that support looks like giving your body new ways to communicate with your brain. So if you've been doing all the right things and you're still feeling off, I'd start here with how your body's signaling system is functioning. Because until your nervous system is in sync, nothing else really works. And that's why I wear these patches, because they help me stay steady enough to let everything else do its job. If you want to read more or see exactly what I use, the link's in the description and in the pinned comment below. You'll find the Focus, Peace, and Joy patches there. You can get trials or full packs, along with the full research if you're the kind of person who likes to understand the why behind it all. And I just want to end with, healing isn't about finding something new to chase. It's about finding something that stays. And for me, these patches stayed.